Life hath just giveth me a dream to combine breakfast and dinner into one mouthgasmic experience. All we're doing is really making the most amazing fusion of fast food gloriousness of all time. You see, you just shred up some of those potatoes, and then you want to soak them, add a little salt, and then you want to just drain them real nice, and you take your mason jar cup, you take that cap from the mason jar, and you just oil it up. Both sides. I forgot to do the one side, then I flipped it over, who cares? Then you take that potato sliciness and you just slip dip it in there and fry it on the one side. You pound it down, you push it down, you fry it on the side. Give it a little flip. If you're daring, use your hands or use a spatula like me. Or the tongs, I should say. I'm so baked. Whoops. Then you just sprinkle a little bit of that salt on there. And now's the fun part. How do we get this thing out? I never did it before, so I was kind of taking a fork to it. I was just forking the crap out of it. Forking it down. Yeah. Oh my god, that potato looks so good. Just look at it. Crack an egg, same deal with the mason jar, oil it up. Use the shell. Actually, it's probably the easiest way to crack that yolk. You don't have to crack the yolk, but that gives you sort of that Mickey D's experience. Little salt, little pepper, and then just cover that thing. You just cover it and you let it sit and you watch it and you're like, oh my god, I'm just so happy to see you. Look at you sitting there. That looks incredible, that egg. Oh yes. Take the egg off. Probably wonder how those onions get that flavor. It's because they're dehydrated onions that they rehydrate in boiling water. Yeah, you see, that's all you do is just let it sit. Alright folks, it is time for the famous Big Mac sauce. Little mayo, ketchup, and mustard. Probably about 2 parts to 1 part to 1 part, with the ketchup being the master of that whole experience. The big dog. You mix it up. You can add a little more, one of those things if you want some more. I'm leaving out the relish though because it's breakfast. You don't have to, but you could. Now you take your glorious and beautiful meat. Less fat in this case is better because it will have less shrinkage. But I tried the mason jar trick. It was way too small. The patties came out like tiny little nutskis. But I took the little bowl, just kind of cut it out. You don't need the bowl, but it gives you a nice round thing, and then you kind of just mash it together. And it's on parchment paper, and I'll show you why. Look, because I can just peel it right off, and it keeps the thing right into the pan. Pan's hot, a little salt, a little pepper on both sides, and you just fry those things real quick. The key to this burger though is getting it as thin as you can possibly get it. If it's thick at all, it will not taste like a fast food burger, at least not a Big Mac burger. So those burgers don't have meatiness, they're so thin. Now look, just to show you earlier, that's a smaller burger I couldn't get right because I was using the mason jar. Take a little bit of that Canadian bacon, which is what they use for the ham on the Egg McMuffin, and of course the English muffin. Toast in the oven or toast out in the pan. Now we are time to build. Take the English muffin, get a little bit of that sauce just right on there. A little shredded lettuce, of course. Shred that lettuce, and then you put on a little American cheese. Boom, patty goes down, and then we do the egg, and then we do a little bit of that Canadian bacon ham stuff. And you take that middle hash brown patty, a little more sauce, the sauce, dehydrated onions which have been strained, and lettuce. You cannot slip in more lettuce without having a good time. A little bit of the American cheese, burger, egg, the Canadian bacon, and finally the top. And look what we have. The Big Egg McMuffin. Oh my god, can you just look at it and see it and stare at it? You just want to see it all day, but you want to eat it too. It might be art, but it's also food, so you gotta destroy the art. push it down. Everything is impermanent, and this sandwich is no exception. You squeeze it down, and I tell you, I actually managed to get one bite. Like, it seems like it's huge, but you can do it in a bite. When you squeeze it down, it's actually not that intense, but the taste is intensely mouth-gasmic. It is bang in the mouth all day. Look at that, one bite.